Okay, so we're gonna try again. We're gonna plug in Dr. Rick Wallace and you'll get to know a little bit about him. He is part of the hashtag No Excuses Body by God webinar November 9th and 10th. So we're gonna see if you can plug in here just so you can hear from him a little bit. Okay, here he is. Bring him on camera. Okay, y'all, we doing this.
All right, there we go. We got it.
We did it. Okay, I'm so excited it actually worked. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you real quick and I'll just hand over the mic. So y'all, again, this is Dr. Rick Wallace. Father God, I'm so excited. So I got to be introduced to him basically through the cosmos. I was on my YouTube and it self-populates itself, you know, the playlist. And I came across his page on YouTube. And did he start to change my life in a couple videos? Yes, he did. So I sent him a message like at the beginning of the year, and it was to be one of our fit coaches. But what was it, like 6 months later? 7? I don't.
Right.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And but he hit me back up, and it's perfect timing because I want the entire world and Body by God family, Team Body by God, to know Dr. Wallace. So, Dr. Wallace, please introduce everybody to who you are, your work, everything.
Wow. First of all, thanks for inviting me. It's crazy how we met. You know, like I said, you know, I told you when we first spoke that I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that our energy, our expectations, and our focus align us with people who are on the same frequency, and it draws us to those people exactly when we need them to be there, when we're in tune with who we are and what we really want. Unfortunately, most people tend to focus on what they don't want, so they end up aligning with people that can't get them where they do want to be. But as for me, where do I start? Started off as a precocious kid who was loquacious at the same time, talked a lot, wanted to know everything. And fortunately, although I was being reared by my great grandparents and there was this big age gap, they saw the genius in me. And one of the things that I teach people that come to me, my clients, is that every person has a genius. I've had the unbelievable fortune of working with kids with autism, Down syndrome, diagnosed with mild mental retardation, people who were coming from trauma, uh, impoverished backgrounds, everything you could possibly think of. And I've yet to meet a person without a genius, something inside of them that's innate and unique to them that makes them who they are. The problem is we live in systems that don't teach toward the genius. We standardize everything and we set expectations for people instead of allowing them to establish their own. So my goal in life has been, over the course of the last 30 years of my adulthood, just simply showing people that you are what you think, that you establish a reality by what you focus your mind on, and that the limitations that you have are those that you've accepted. You know, and most of the time people pass them on to us. People set our parameters, starting with our primary label givers, um, our parents and our teachers. They tell us what we can do, what we're good at, what we shouldn't even try. And they suck the living life out of our vision, our dream, and our imagination. And we settle into this new reality someone else gave us. And we spend our entire life living in someone else's box. What I decided some years ago is that instead of just focusing on psychology, which was my passion, I wanted to know everything there was about what makes people perform. How do two people who seemingly go through the same experience end up in two different places? And it's real simple. When you break it down to the least common denominator, expectation. I tell people all the time, no matter what your religious affiliation is, your connection with God is set up real simple. He will only meet you at the level of your expectations. Um, and you can, if you're not into the God thing, the universe will only meet you at your level of expectation. If you ain't in the spiritual thing, life will only meet you at the level of your expectation. So no matter where you're at and what you believe, you're only going to get what you expect. And so you have to take the lid off. So I decided that I was going to go out and I was going to just study everything. So I went into the neurosciences to add to. I studied epigenetics. So now I'm in the genetic molecular side of things. And I go, okay, epigenetics, psychology, neurology, what else? Quantum physics. Let's find out how the universe operates and works. And then I found out that it all comes together, that it's all one whole. You can't separate it. There's this thing called entanglement that connects everything and also connects us to everyone at some level. Now, obviously, those we're more in line with in frequency and vibration, we're going to connect with, draw to, and feed off of, and feed. And so that's the thing. If you want something, find the frequency, align with the frequency, and you will automatically get it. I mean, now there's some sacrifices, there's some work, there's all these things you've got to be able to do. And that's it. So I said, okay, instead of, I still work with people who deal with, who are trying to recover from trauma. I still do the psychotherapy thing, the cognitive therapy thing, and all of that. But my primary focus now is helping everybody understand that there's something better out there, no matter what. I have this concept of next level living. Yeah. Next level living is when you reach a new goal, there's another level. Celebrate it, move on, and keep going. It's about intentional growth. Life is on a continuum. That means that you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. And that when you become comfortable and stagnant, you're not really sitting still, you're slowly regressing. And so always press forward, always see something in front of you, always aspire to be a little better today than you were yesterday, and life will simply unfold in front of you. But it's people focusing on the negative. And so I created the Visionetics Institute. And at the Visionetics Institute, we're going to look at you. You're going to tell us what you want. We're going to determine where you're at, and then we're going to determine what it takes to be there. Real simple. Another philosophy of mine is you don't get what you want, you get what you become. So you can say, I want to be wealthy, I want to be a millionaire. But if you have an impoverished mindset, if you are a consumer first, yes, and you spend everything you get on things that produce no value or no return, you're never going to be wealthy. It's, even if you made $1 million, you would find a way to lose it real quick because you are a consumer-minded person. So in order to be a wealthy person, you must develop into that person, and then you will automatically, after you become that person, produce what you desire. So it's not in going after something, it's in becoming something. And so that's what I do. I help people become.
Oh my gosh. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Were y'all brain blasted just now? Okay. Volume control, Adrene. Thank you, thank you, Dr. Wallace. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. And this is only like God's alignment, like this is him with the move and everything, like the pieces. This is amazing. And Father God, thank you for Dr. Wallace. So you guys just got a taste. That was a little sampling, okay? He's going to be the opener for our webinar. So if you want more, if you just want to be around, like if you want to be in his presence, y'all, check out more of his content on his Facebook, right? And your YouTube. What's your YouTube name that they can find you?
The YouTube is Rick Wallace, Ph.D, Psy.D. Okay. And they can find me there, or they can find me, that's a more cultural page. The page where they can find me is totally for the Visionetics Institute is the Visionetics Institute on okay. YouTube. That's probably not where you found me. That has probably right now, I think something like 160 archived videos. The place where you probably found me is the more popular page where I deal with community issues, social issues, and I talk about empowerment. I'm not sure which one, because both are out there, but the one that's obviously more powerful and potent and easier to find would be the Rick Wallace Ph.D. But the one where if you're solely looking to be a better performer in life, you want to focus. If it's about being the best you can be from a health perspective, mm-hmm. being the best you can be as a parent, being the best you can be as a business owner, whatever it is, the Visionetics Institute is a place to go. Like I said, right now we only have 100 and some videos, but by the end of the year, we'll have probably 250. And my goal for the following year is 500.
Father God. All right, Jim, I'll see what I'm talking about.
Right.
So if you want to get in contact, he just said where you can find him. And of course, find him November 9th and 10th, because he's going to blow it out the water. That's the hashtag No Excuses webinar. You can find that at the bodybygodco.com website or just the Eventbrite link that I'll put in the description box. And Dr. Wallace got a Body by God t-shirt from the team.
And I'm like really excited about it, you know. And those, you know, obviously most of you don't know me. I was taught early on that I was going to have to be very special in order to enjoy the things in life that most people enjoy, not because I'm a black man, but because I am a nonconformist.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing suits. I don't like, you know, how you see me now is probably how I'm going to show up to most places, with a cap and a t-shirt on. So the t-shirt is like, man, that's like the average person receiving a nice buttoned-up shirt from Lacoste or something, you know. That's how it is with me. I love stuff like that. But I was told by my first mentor that because I'm a nonconformist, I have tattoos, I wear earrings, I have a beard, and all of these things that are considered, you know, unprofessional, not classy, and all of that, that I was going to have all of this stuff I was going to work against if I want to operate in corporate America and in the business and in a business environment. But he said there's one hack that will totally blow it all out of the water. And I say, that's what I want. I want the hack. I want the hack. Because I don't want to do this. He said, get the gold. And I'm like, get the gold. He says, he who has the gold makes the rules. When you get what someone else wants and you deliver it in a way that they can only get it from you and it produces a solution to their problem,
yes,
they're not looking at what you're wearing any longer. They're looking at the value that you bring to their life. So I tell, you know, I don't expect everybody to be like me, but be you. Be you to the fullest, because that's where you're going to be most powerful. That's where everything is going to flow most natural, is when you're you, when you're comfortable, when you're not trying to fit into a box somebody else created for you, and you're flowing through the fullness of who you are. Then you have this unbelievable force behind you that pushes you through the difficult moments. Yeah. It's the passion associated with your purpose, but you kill a little bit of it every time you try to climb into somebody's box. And so I'm like that. And I'm very excited about, not just, to me, this conference isn't a one-off for me. This isn't a one-off thing where I'm gonna show up, do something, and then I'm on to the next thing. This is a new partnership for me, you know, getting people healthy in a holistic way where you are reaching homeostasis, where that you achieve that equilibrium between your brain, your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. That place where absolutely nothing shakes the ground on which you stand. And I see the huge opportunity and the potential of what they're doing at Body by God. And so I'm happy to be a part of the team. I've already put my wristbands on. You know, this is what I wear. So I've taken the old ones off and I put these on, and I'm going to wear these for a while. And I'm excited about it. And the thing about where I'm at in my journey, I'm 51 years old, and I've seen so much and done so much. 20 books published. I'm currently now on my 47th business endeavor. I mean, just, you know, crazy things. I was telling you when we talked the other day, I remember when I first started the first YouTube channel, and the only subscriber I had was a troll that made it their business to tell me how sorry my channel was. And now that channel is approaching 1 million views. 10,000 subscribers, and with the content on it, it's even more significant because I don't do sensational content. Sensational content, you can get thousands upon thousands because people want to laugh, people want to enjoy stuff. My stuff is content with significance and substance that most people will find boring until it starts to change their life.
Yes.
So I have to literally find a way to get people's attention. And I'm not a sensationalist. You know, people will say, "Man, you were sensational," but I'm not when you get me and I'm fired up and I'm in that mode, it's because that's who I am and that's where I'm at. I don't manufacture anything. I don't artificially produce anything. I bring you what I believe is the truth and the thing that will help you achieve what you want out of life, and I give it to you raw. And so to have almost 10,000 followers on one and a growing number on other channels. So now it's multiple channels. So it was one channel where I was getting trolled, and I mean, he was handling me bad too. Your channel sucks. Your best video only has 10 views. You suck. And I'm like, you really subscribe to me to come tell me. And I'm like, and so my response to him was, I responded to him one time. I says, do you realize the energy you're wasting being negative and attacking someone and what it really says about how you feel about yourself? Because the one thing that I found is that when you're truly investing in yourself, you have very little time to critique other people. So you must really be miserable. And then but now check this out. Years later, he's still around.
Yeah.
I can do a video and everything in it is uplifting and I will get one dislike. I've got so many videos where it's just one dislike. I say, it's gotta be him.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, he doesn't check in anymore because I learned all the little ways to, you know, control trolling. So he doesn't pop in like he used to, but that one little dislike, you know, there's some things I'll say that are controversial. Yeah. And I'll get, you know, a number of dislikes. But when I'm telling everybody, you can have the life you want and everything is positive and you can change it. Everything's positive in the video, dislike. But, you know, it doesn't bother me. I don't really measure myself about what other people think of me. I measure myself by how much I fulfill my potential. That's something else I teach people. I teach people to stop measuring themselves by other people. You don't know their backstory. You're looking at how fast they got there. You don't know where they started and you don't know how much help they had.
Yes.
You're looking at where they're at right now, but you don't look at the sacrifices they had to make to be there. Stop judging yourself by other people. Measure yourself by where you're at versus your potential.
Wow.
And then when you sit up and say your potential is unlimited, there's always work you should be doing. And so, you know, like I said, I'm like in heaven. I do this like all day, every day. This is what I do. I sit down and there's so many broken people who can't even fathom thinking about us being a success. They're just figuring out how they're going to get out of bed today.
Wow.
And so to see that and say, okay, how can I touch your life? And to have people reach out to me and say, this is where I'm at, and I just feel like giving up. And by the end of the day, they're talking about seeing tomorrow. You can't pay me to get that feeling is priceless. You can't pay for that feeling. That feeling is just something that's there, and that's what drives me. And so I'm excited about the conference. And no excuses is like something that, you know, hey, if you can get past that one obstacle where you inherently and automatically create reasons not to do something, if you remove that, just that,
yeah,
the possibilities are endless because we rationalize anything that will alleviate the pain and the discomfort that's simply a part of the process. But when you take the excuses out, now you've got to look at the process. As a matter of fact, I did a live this morning, a broadcast this morning, and I'll say this and I'll be done, but I did a broadcast this morning and it was about, I think the title of it was, I got it here. The title was, Don't Tap Out,
yeah,
Leverage Your Pain. And what it's about is we've been trained to avoid pain at all costs, but we don't understand that pain is a part of the process. You being in fitness understand this. Me having been in fitness in one way or another for over 30 years, I understand this. When you go in the gym, you haven't started developing and building and getting better till you start feeling the burn. The reps you use to get to the burn are just getting you there. They gain nothing. They produce nothing. It's once you start to feel the burn that your body is saying, okay, I'm at a place I'm not used to being, and I'm going to have to exert more energy, whether it's an explosive exercise and we're using ATP, whether it's an oxygenated anaerobic exercise, whatever it is. If it's if it's aerobic or whatever, if it's highly focused on cardiovascular, then you're probably breathing hard, trying to catch your breath, and you go, oh my God, but that's your body saying, you never brought me here before. But it's not until you get there that you start creating the capacity to do it. So if I'm saying, okay, I want to push 250 and I'm at 200 and I need to get to 250, the only way I get there is to start pushing until the 200 burns, and then I add 5. And then I push until the 5 burns. And it's the same way with life. If I'm going to sit up and say I want to be better as a parent, better as a spouse, better, more healthier, I want to be better in my finances, I got to push myself past the pain that comes with the sacrifices and the changes and everything in order to get the growth. See, the growth doesn't happen in the gym from a physiological perspective. In the gym, you're actually breaking yourself down. You're actually tearing down what needs to be built up in the gym. The gym is the process. Mm-hmm. When you go home and you eat healthy and you go to sleep, the building takes place while you're resting. Wow. But the work and the process is preceding the promise of the stronger body. The stronger body is the promise, which takes place when you're resting. But the process always precedes the promise. Always. You can't have a promise without enduring a process. Most people want to circumvent the process. But when you take away the excuses, you embrace the process and you leverage the pain in the process, just the way you do in the gym. You look at the gym and say, okay, when I get to where it starts to burn, I say, I'm going to do 10. Mm-hmm. When I get to about 7, if I've got the right weight and I know what I'm doing, if I'm trying to do 10 reps, at about 6, I start to feel it. Now, when I'm working with a client at 6, I can tell they started feeling, because they're pumping the first ones out. Yeah, you know, they're going. And all of a sudden, you say, oh, yeah, now we're there. Up until that point, I'm just watching, making sure you don't hurt yourself. Now, I'm about to get in your head, because now you're starting to feel the pain. And every second and every stroke that you feel, every rep you feel the pain, your brain is telling you to quit. Yes. Your brain is saying, okay, it hurts, stop. We're trained to avoid pain. We see pain as danger. We've trained. So the rep, your brain is saying stop, but I'm saying no, keep going. This is where we're going to build it at. And so I'll tell you, I'll get all kind of crazy ways of playing with you. I'm like, okay, just one more. You get it out and you ready to bracket up. No. You have one more in you, because I know that last one where you thought you were done, but I'm going to make you push it out. That one will be worth more than all the rest you've done. As far as accomplishing the goal, it's that last push that people don't do that make them miss what's waiting on the other side of the wall. And I tell people all the time, God placed everything worth having in this world on the other side of pain and fear. If you don't push through it, you will never experience life the way you were meant to experience it. It's on the other side of that the whole universe opens up to you. But most people get to the pain and stop. They tap out. So no excuses.
All right, y'all. I'm not even going to dilute everything you said by talking a whole bunch. Dr. Wallace, could you show the back of your shirt real quick and we'll log off? Because he got a custom shirt, y'all. Body by God sent him a custom. That's right. A hashtag no excuses.
Hashtag no excuses. That's it.
Okay, y'all. Like I said,
I'll be ready.
Because I'm gonna leave it where he just dropped the mic. So thank you, Dr. Wallace. You have anything else to say? Thank you for blessing us.
No, that's it. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on November 9th.
Sweet. Thank y'all. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye.
Bye.